Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lav here. Just gonna do a little coffee chat. Got my iced coffee, seeing it's summertime. And I wanted to talk about Stay Bright 8. That's basically like a soft solder on refrigerant lines. It's you could use it on refrigerant lines. I have used Sulfos in the past and 15%, which I like much better than the 5% stuff. And the reason why I've been using the Stay Bright 8 lately is I wanted to try it out. There's a lot of soft solder up my way. And the biggest thing was, oh, 410A, you can't use soft solder on 410A, it's gonna blow it out. Well, there's been some studies done with the Stay Bright 8, and I'm good with soft solder because I do a lot of water piping. So I'll just tell you why I've been using it and my thoughts on the whole thing, and you make up your own mind what you want to use. A lot of guys use it. Some guys say, "Oh, the manufacturer says it's not recommended to braze," and nothing wrong with brazing. Um, Stay Bright 8 has a high silver count, more so than regular 95.5's Silver Bright type of thing. It's got a higher silver count, so it's stronger. And actually, the tensile strength of Stay Bright 8 is stronger than brazing, because when you braze, you heat the copper up so hot that you anneal the copper and it weakens the copper. So actually, the Stay Bright 8 supposedly is a higher tensile strength. And there ain't no way that you're going to blow that solder out with even 410A. There ain't no way. Now, I have used it on heat pumps. And, in the wintertime, a heat pump can get, the temperatures go up a little bit higher than they do in the summertime. On the suction side, because that becomes the evaporator. And I've used it on heat pumps and I haven't had any issues. I've used it on 410A systems for air conditioners, no problem. The only drawback I find of the Stay Bright 8 is, well, I like it because you don't heat up the pipe as much, like your king valves. You don't cook your king valves like you would, when you're brazing them. You got to really wrap them good, because you could heat them up and you could cook the O-rings in there with brazing. But if you know what you're doing, it's not a big deal. The only thing with brazing, you have to run nitrogen, so it don't turn all black inside. With the Stay Bright 8, you don't need that. But the only thing with the Stay Bright 8 is now you got to use flux. So if you're going to use flux, just clean it good, use a minimal amount of flux. You don't want to load it up on there. And if there's a big gap on the joint, you're going to have to squeeze it up with pliers or something. You got to get a tight gap, and then it'll seal up nice with the Stay Bright 8. If there's a big gap, the solder's not going to fill in. Which you could fill it in, with Sulfos. You could fill in a good sized gap with Sulfos. So, it's good and bad. I've been running the Stay Bright 8. I'm happy with it. I know a lot of guys have been using it for a lot of years, and I kind of did it just to prove a point that the stuff is fine. And I have it on quite a few jobs, and I got it on some heat pump jobs, and it's not an issue. Um, I put a 410A system in my house. The old line set that I had in this house, it's got soft solder joints, and they're not even Stay Bright 8. They're regular, Silver Bright type of stuff, and they're not leaking. And I'm running 410A, so it's not a big deal. I could rip that line set out and put a new line set in there, because I put a new system in, but I wanted to see if it's going to hold up. And no issues so far. So I just wanted to do a little video about, because a lot of guys been asking about the Stay Bright 8. Should you use it? You can't use it on 410. They don't trust it. If it's done right, it ain't gonna leak. Obviously, any soft solder job, even like a water pipe job, if you don't do it properly, it's gonna leak. If you clean it and you get the solder in there properly on a water pipe job, it's not gonna leak. But if you don't solder the joint right, it's gonna leak. Same thing with the Stay Bright 8. Same thing with brazing. You could have braze joints that leak. If you don't, with a braze joint, Sulfos, you're supposed to get that thing red hot before you even put the solder on there. If you don't get it red hot, the solder's not gonna pull into that joint. And you really heat it up when you're doing brazing. You're really heating up that stuff. You guys realize it or not? You're getting it cherry red. To braze it. So that's why I like the Stay Bright 8 and not getting it as hot, especially around the king valves. It can be a problem. You wet rag them king valves, and you're trying to heat that thing up to get it to solder. I don't know. Let's figure I'd do this little video. Why I've been using staybright. I wanted to prove a point. I think it's gonna be fine. I don't think there's an issue with it. You know, and if I didn't trust it, I wouldn't be using it. It's got its place. I'm not giving up on brazing. I'm gonna continue to do sulfos and stuff also. But yeah, I ran it on a couple of my jobs and no issues. So maybe I'll be a cowboy of HVAC. Leave in the comments down below what you guys think about it. I know a lot of guys have been using it for a long time, and a lot of guys have no issue with it. If it's like I said, if it's done properly, it's gonna be fine. You know, if you don't know how to soft solder, maybe you need to stick to brazing. You know, but you have to do it properly. You have to use the right kind of flux. They make special flux for it, and like I said, just don't blob the flux in there. Just put the minimal amount you need. Clean it good. You know, flux both sides. You don't blob it in there. Just a small amount. You heat it up. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to heat it up too much. Just heat it up enough to melt the solder. You'll see it flow in there. You know, I get a lot of videos with soldering jobs because I've been doing it for so long. But you know, I have used sulfos in the past. I got no problem brazing. I could do both. So, just a little quick video with my thoughts of it. I think it's fine. I don't think that there's an issue. If I thought that there was an issue with it, I wouldn't be using it. You know, my biggest concern is with the 410A. I got so many line sets up my way that are soft soldered. I was concerned, oh, the 410A is gonna blow the solder up. Nah, it's not gonna. It's gonna be fine. So I could reuse, line sets that have soft solder on it when we're on a 410A. It's not an issue as long as the joint's done right, you know. And then the staybright A is even stronger than the regular soft solder. It's got more silver count to it. So that's my opinion. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's why I post videos. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not saying for you guys to do it. I'm saying what I do and what I'm trying. If there's a problem with it, I'll let you guys know. But there hasn't been no issues with it. It's been fine. I get another question a lot. People ask me about, the iConnect and the Smart Tool. Well, I have both, and I like both. I think there's a place for both. I like the Smart Tool. From Spaulding. It's easy to turn on, and if you're gonna be spraying water around it, I feel a little bit safer with it than the iConnect. The iConnect you can't get wet, so that's something that if I'm gonna be cleaning the unit and I got the iConnect, I can't use that because it can't get wet and it's an expensive tool. It's a beautiful tool, but the Spaulding. I wouldn't say dunk it in water or something, but I'm thinking that if you sprayed a little bit around the connections, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I still don't spray water on either one of them. Do I like the Smart Tool? I do like the Smart Tool. I bought them both. I'm not going to buy the Testo stuff. There's been too many problems with it. I've had the Spaulding tool and I haven't had any issues with it at all. So. Well, either way, if you're using the Smart Tool or, the iConnect, you have to have a separate tablet to run that stuff because there's no screens on that stuff. And, which I don't have a problem with that because I got a little Apple iPad Mini that I use just for the gauges. I got it right in my kit. And my kit, I bring the Spaulding stuff's in there and the iConnect stuff's, it's all in that bag. So when I carry it to the job, I could use either one. And I use both. And I like both. I think there's a place for both, out in the field. A lot of times I'll just be checking superheat and subcool, and I'm not checking airflow, and I'm not checking this, and I'm not checking that. So people operate differently. Some people use, the iConnect to the fullest of its capability in every job with reporting and everything. I don't do that. Should I? Maybe I should, But I do what I do, and maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. I do certain things on certain jobs. Some things I'll skip on jobs. Depends on how I feel and what I got going on. If I got a lot to do, if I got 15 calls to do in a day, well, there might be some stuff that's skipped there on between jobs because I got to get all these jobs done. People need cooling. You know, you get 10, 12 calls in a day. You can't be doing full reporting on every job. You never get the job done. You got shit to do. You know. Nothing wrong with doing reporting on every job. It's just, some guys get in a routine. They do certain things on certain jobs, and they don't think that the other stuff's necessary. Is it? Well, it depends on the person. Some people ain't on. They gotta do boom, boom, boom. Everything's gotta be exact on every job. The guys like that are gonna go in business. They'll never make it. They'll never make it in business. Those guys like that are working for somebody. I don't know. But anyway, a lot of guys been asking me about the smart tool. Yes, I do like it. I do use it. Um, I would recommend getting it. I wouldn't get the Testo stuff because there's been too many guys having problems with it. I got the Testo 550s, but you got your hoses. You're limited to your hoses. Whatever 5-6 foot hoses or whatever you got. I got the Testo 550s. I still use them to this day. Um, Sometimes my tablet dies and I'm out of battery. I'll go and grab the Testo 550s while I'm charging the tablet. But anyway, that's the deal. Yeah, another question I get a lot is about the dog. I've been taking my dog to work with me. Even when it's, long as it's not too hot out, 80, 85, I'll take her to work with me, and I keep the window open. She is a dog, and I got water for her, and, if it gets too hot, above 90, I'll leave her home. Usually I don't really run the air conditioner in the truck too long anyway, because if I'm going down the road, I got the windows open, it cools right off in there. And a lot of people been asking me about the dog. She wants to go to work with me in the morning. She don't want to stay home in the cage all day. She'd rather go. You might hear her huffing and puffing in the truck there, panting, but that's what dogs do. Dogs do pant, even though it's not that hot in the truck. She'll that's what dogs do. She don't want to stay home. She wants to go to work with me. She gets all excited in the morning. If I ever say the word work, man, she gets all excited and starts groaning and she wants to go. She'd rather be out and about with me, Does it get a little hot in the truck? Yeah, sometimes, but I got the window open for her and she's okay with it. Make sure she's got water and stuff. I'm not gonna, harm the dog. A lot of people have been asking me about the dog. That's the deal. She doesn't want to stay home. She wants to go with me. She enjoys going to work. She's a good little truck dog. She's a little rescue dog, and everybody knows my little dog. And that's the deal with that. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to bring her. As long as it's not too hot. If it gets 95 out or 90 degrees, I'll leave her home that day because could get a little hot in the truck. But I do leave the window open for her, the side window where she is. Nobody's gonna go next to her if she's in the truck anyway. She'll latch onto him. She could be a mean little bugger if she don't know you. Don't think that she won't bite your ass because you come sticking your hand in that window. You better watch out. She'll latch onto you. Yeah, she will. She's quite the character. The little dog, she is quite the character, man. I'll never find another one like her, I don't think. She'd bite your ass. Stick your hand in there, you gotta watch out. I always tell people, don't trust her, don't put your hand in there. Don't start coming over trying to kiss the dog. She's not gonna like it too much. She's PMSing. Another question I've been getting a lot is, I got my little earpiece. Basically, I just stick it in my ear. And when the phone rings, I just push the button and it picks up. It's Bluetooth. That's the one I've been using. It just sticks right in my ear. When the phone rings, it's just a little button. I just push it right there. It's just a little phone that goes in your ear. I got a lot of people been asking me about that. They say, "Oh, I never could wear that in my ear. I could never do it." Well, I ain't got no issue with it. It just hangs in my ear. It's lightweight. It don't bother me. A lot of guys have been asking me questions about that. When my phone's hooked to my belt, as soon as it rings, I just push this and I can talk to the people. You know, in my state, they just passed a new law where you can't be talking on the phone when you're driving. So with this, you know, I could answer the phone while I'm driving and not get pulled over. It's like $100 ticket and you get pulled over talking on the phone. So that's the reason why I've been doing the little earpiece. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for all the comments. And, you know, thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. And that's why I continue to keep doing the videos, because of my subscribers. But anyway, more videos to come. I got stuff coming up. AC videos, plumbing videos, and nothing with heat right now because it's too hot. But I'll keep posting videos as long as I can. I keep doing it. Alright guys, thanks for watching.